Hello traders, this is Art Dill, your emini success coach for futurestradingcompany.net and a recap of our trading for March 5th, 2012. We had a very good day of trading, although getting second targets was very challenging. I did get it on 3 trades, but overall a very good day. And as I had talked to the room members late last week, my intention was to start taking more trigger trades. And I spent this weekend working on a filter so that we wouldn't be taking 30 or 40 trades a day, but a filter that would allow us to take sufficient number of trigger trades that will increase the number of trades we're taking on a daily basis with a positive outcome. And that's exactly what happened today. As you can see here in our results, we were 7-1 on the Dow with a plus 53 points. And the NQ I took in the afternoon, I was 1-0, plus 18 points. So to say the least, I was absolutely thrilled after looking back at the price action that we've been having since the first of the year. I decided to make the change, still using the trigger, but I'm not using the price location in relationship to the 89 EMA as a filter for taking the trigger trades. First trade I took this morning was at 6:50 Pacific time. It was a long and it was a trigger entry above this bar at 12,931. We got to a high here of 949. But unfortunately, I had gotten my first target, 12,938, and then it just came back and stopped me out at 12,931. So I had plus 7 on the first trade of the morning. The second trade, also a trigger trade. This was at 7:01. It was also a long. I took all my trades today with 2 contracts. This one was a long above this bar at 12,945. I got 12,952 and 12,956. 2 targets that actually got to a high of 965. So it did run 20 points from the entry, but I would tell you, taking it was just a very, very tough day getting multiple targets. Unfortunately, we did not get a setup here. I did have a trigger, but one of my filters, I'm not taking triggers that are a long way away from the turn here in the hall, and you can see this trigger didn't fire until quite a bit later. Would have been fine, but it is not something that I took this morning. In fact, it would have been the best running trade of the entire morning and entire trading day. Third trade I took today was at 7:40. Again, it was a trigger trade, 12,887. And you'll see something added on the chart, and that's the tricks. If you're not familiar with it, look up the definition. Most trading packages have that available. And on the tricks, I have 2 additional lines, a dashed horizontal line at the 0.3 level and a dashed horizontal line at the negative 0.3 level. And that's what I'm using to filter, to help me filter out the trigger trades. So this was the third trade, 887. I got to 94 here for first target. Then it came back and stopped me out. And then this trade was my next trade at 750, long at 12,900. And it was a program trade along with the trigger. Here we had the cross of the price, a tag of the 89, and then a trigger. So both the program entry and trigger entry. And again, that got to 907, way over here. Finally, for a first target. That was in that trade a long time, and then it rolled over and stopped us out on the second contract. This is a nice trade here at 812, and it was a trigger trade. Again, trigger entry, met my filter criteria here on the tricks, and as you can see, this is giving us opportunity to take many additional trades. And of course, as soon as you start feeling invincible, you get to take a loss, and the market shows you who is really a boss. Uh, Again, this trigger, this was a trigger, but way too far uh, up up the hall here after the turn for me to take that. I did take this trigger. It did meet my criteria. 12,885 was the entry short. Uh, Only got to 12,881. Again, my criteria was met on the Trex filter here for this trigger to be taken, and I did. Again, 12,894 long. So that was my stop out on the 12,885 entry. So that was a 9-point loss on two contracts, or a negative 18 points. But I did reverse at 994, and I got one target. Right here, 901, and then it came back 894. 895. I took off one point to cover my second contract on that. So I'm just going to count that as +7 on that last trade before the break at dead zone. These trades I did not take. This was a dead zone. This trigger it did meet my criteria, and it would have produced the second loss of the day. But then I would have had a entry right here to the long side, and that would have been a positive trade. None of these triggers met my filter criteria for shorts or longs. And this, I did not take this one, but this again was a nice program entry and trigger. It did meet my criteria, and that would have been a long at 12, 9, 10. And that would have gotten both targets had we taken that. And again, this I did not take this one. This is the area that I was actually starting to watch the NASDAQ. And let me get the NASDAQ chart up here. Here we are with the NASDAQ chart, everyone, and the trade I took. This was the actually second afternoon trade that I took. This was on the NASDAQ. It was at 11:52 long, at 2609.50, and as you can see, it ran up pretty quickly, and I easily got two targets on the NAS, 2611, 25, 2612, 25. So I got 7 and 11 points on that only NASDAQ trade of the day. And again, on my NASDAQ chart, you'll see when you come into the room, I've got the tricks also as the filter on the NASDAQ. And when you come into the room, I'll explain how I'm using the tricks as the filter to filter out the trigger trades. But I was just absolutely thrilled with trading today and the change in taking a few more entries utilizing just the trigger. Have a great evening, everyone. We will post our results at the end of trading tomorrow.